we're gonna get a Game 7, aren't we? So the Oilers lose by a score of 3-2 in typical Oiler fashion, shorthanded, in overtime. What else is new? That being said, I mean, Korpisalo, we kind of figured was going to be a very tough goalie to figure out, and he's proving to do so. Like, the dude just stood on his head, and he made some outstanding saves, not to take away from some of the robbery that Stewie had. Like, those 2 goals that went in the last game that were pretty sneaky.
Yeah, I think we can all be a little sneaky sometimes.
I mean, they're just the tightest of openings, and they squeak through. Stewie basically closed down tonight. I thought he was absolutely solid. Definitely played one of his best games as an Edmonton Oiler, I think. And also, LA did figure out how to stop the dominance that is Leon Draisaitl, but in doing so, opens up Connor McDavid. And, like, good to see Connor get on the score sheet. Good to see a couple of goals. I hate how often Edmonton has a lead in this series and they're unable to maintain that lead. I mean, even in today, we only had that 2-1 lead for like 10, 15 seconds before it was tied. So while yes, defense has gotten better, yes, Edmonton's ability to kill penalties and to play a pretty patient game has definitely improved in the last several weeks. Gotta close out a hockey game. Gotta hold on to that lead. You got to be able to, either don't take your foot off the gas or know for certain you can lock things down and close out a game. But also, this was a night where LA was just that much better than the Edmonton Oilers. They took advantage of our mistakes a little more, they got the extra chance. The NHL and the refs did deem that the goal was not a missed stoppage of play, so as a result, we do have a game-winning goal going to the LA Kings. Trevor Moore, I think. I should probably write notes or like a script or something. It's kind of hard going off the top of your head every time. Anyways, LA does, get the call to go their way, and is what it is. I don't disagree with it. Like, from what I could see in my very choppy CBC stream from their website being cast to my TV because of Sportsnet and the NHL's inability to allow games to be broadcast across all regions. These fucking blackout region lock games, I think, is my biggest upset about the playoffs so far. Like, fucking eat a dick at this point. I'm so fucking sick of paying for your goddamn shit service and this garbage 720p at best stream just for games to not be fucking cast. It's ridiculous. We spend, what, 15, 20 bucks a fucking month and we can't even watch our fucking team play? Eat a fucking fat dick, Sportsnet, and fuck you too, NHL. Let me watch some fucking hockey games. I didn't think all, the emotion that I had would get let out in that rant, but I'm kind of glad it went there, because that absolutely is the most frustrating part about being a hockey fan, is you can't always watch all these hockey games when you pay money for a service and you're not being provided that service. But again, from the stream that I was watching, and as choppy as it was, maybe you can make the argument that the puck was stopped with the high stick. To me, it did look so, but again, really hard to determine if it was with just how awful the stream quality was. So I'm going to trust that the NHL and the refs did make the right call. The goal did stand. There was no missed stoppage of play. And LA does take game 3. And also, I just kind of want to talk about Kings fans and the Staples Center. Holy cannoli, what an intimidating building to go in. I said for a bit of time now that I just feel weirdly fine and calm and confident about this Oiler team. No kinks in the armor, they look good, they're coached well, they run well. Just a good-looking hockey team. As soon as we started getting some footage coming out of the Staples Center, it is insane how rowdy Kings fans are. And, as a hockey fan, and obviously as an Oiler fan, but, as a hockey fan, love the cheering, love the booing, love the ref you suck chants. I love the intensity, I love the passion. I just love how big hockey has become in certain southern hockey towns. It's just so awesome to see. And yes, the Oilers and Kings do share a very rich history and some common ground. The greatest player of all time did play for both teams. Even rewinding before that, LA had one of the illest lines in hockey history, the Triple Crown line. And I'm only as familiar with it as I am because Charlie Simmer literally taught at a high school that my team played against in high school. I've also seen him on Flames TV, so I knew who he is, was able to look him up kind of as a kid, met him a few times. Class act. But it's just always been such a passionate hockey town, at least in my eyes growing up. And, some of the great players that have played there, Marcel Dion, Dave Taylor, Charlie Simmer, obviously, Luc Robitaille, Rob Blake, Wayne Gretzky, Ziggy Palffy, Kobe, Quick, Bertie Nichols, Terry Sawchuk, and quick side note, I cannot wait for Drew Doughty and Andre Kopitar to finally retire. Holy smokes, it's impossible playing against these players sometimes. I know we're going to have to deal with Phil Deneau for a while. I know we're going to have to deal with Velarde for a while. I get that. Kempe too. but at least when Kopi and Drew retire, finally a sigh of relief. They're so impossible to play against in this division. But yeah, really rich history of a lot of great players and a lot of former Oilers too. Marty McSwirly, one of my faves, Yari Curry, Jared Stoll, Oilers legend Matthew Guerin. There's a lot of crazy players that have played for this team, and it's cool seeing how passionate of a hockey town it is. And I don't know why I was having that thought throughout the game, but I did want to share it. But there is absolutely nothing in hockey like playoff hockey in Edmonton. Love seeing how many people were out at Playoff Plaza. Like, I remember watching the '06 Cup run as a kid. I remember being part of a couple of games during the '06 Cup run. The viewing parties at Rexall, just how insane it was. Whether you were at home ice, whether the games were away, the building was just as full and it was just as loud. So, like, yes, this series is absolutely tight. Yes, this series could swing either way, and yeah, the series is probably going to go 7. The series also absolutely has the loudest and most passionate fans out of the other series so far. And like the noise-o-meter, it's at the highest in LA and in Edmonton. Anyways, now that I'm done going off on a couple of tangents, absolutely I'm going to start taking notes or like scripting a little bit so I can keep these videos a little bit more concise. Oh, Lubomir Visnovsky came from LA to Edmonton. Loved him as a defenseman, number 71 before Ryan McLeod. Anyways, to sum up, Edmonton needs to be able to continue to accelerate and keep their foot on the gas when they're leading, or to know for certain they can shut things down against this team. Otherwise, we're going to have a very hard time, and we could see things going a certain way that we don't want as Oiler Nation. Anyways, I will leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Game 4 is Sunday night at 9 p.m. I will see you then.